Have you ever wondered where file descriptors are stored in process memory? It's a question that can stump even seasoned programmers. If that sounds like you, stick around because today we're diving deep into this topic. I totally get it. It can be confusing when you think you understand how functions and memory work, only to find something unexpected happening. You're not alone in this. Many developers have faced similar questions. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. A user recently asked about file descriptors and their behavior in memory. They noticed that even after exiting a function, the file descriptor remained open. Sound familiar? Let's break this down together. So, what's going on here? When a function is called, the stack frame is created and local variables are allocated. However, file descriptors are a bit different. They are managed by the operating system and can persist beyond the function scope. Let's explore this further. And don't go anywhere. We'll uncover the secrets of file descriptors and their memory locations. Plus, I have a great tip at the end that you won't want to miss. To address the user's first question, the file descriptor is indeed part of the function stack, but it is not automatically removed when the function exits. This is because the file descriptor is a resource managed by the operating system, and it remains open until explicitly closed. When the function returns, the program counter jumps back to the point of execution before the function call. The stack frame for the function is popped off, but the file descriptor remains valid because it is a reference to a resource managed by the kernel. Now, regarding the user's second question, the file descriptor resides in the process's memory space, specifically within the process's file descriptor table. This table is maintained by the operating system and is separate from the stack memory used for local variables. In summary, the file descriptor persists after the function call because it is managed by the operating system, and it is stored in a separate file descriptor table rather than being limited to the function's stack frame. Fun fact, did you know that the concept of file descriptors dates back to the early days of Unix? It's fascinating how these fundamental concepts have stood the test of time. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user explains that the file descriptor variable is local to the function, but it doesn't close the file when the function exits. They illustrate this with an example where a global file descriptor retains its value even after the function ends. The key point is that the file descriptor acts like a token for the file, and destroying the variable doesn't close the file itself. Let's move forward and look at another answer. This user explains that when you open a file, a descriptor is created in the kernel's file table. If you don't close the file, the entry remains, even if the function that opened it has exited. They clarify that there's only one stack per process, not per function. The file descriptor variable is stored in the process's stack and is removed when the function ends. That's all for that response. Let's see what someone else had to say. This user explains that file descriptors are essentially integers that reference information stored in the operating system kernel. When a file is opened, the kernel manages the file I/O, and the integer acts like a pointer to that information. They note that local variables, including file descriptors, are stored on the stack, but when the function returns, the memory for local variables is released without automatically closing the file descriptor. This can lead to memory leaks, similar to forgetting to free memory allocated with malloc. Here's a pro tip. Always remember to close your file descriptors when you're done with them. This helps prevent resource leaks and keeps your applications running smoothly. And there you have it. You now understand where file descriptors are stored and why they persist after function calls. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights and tips.